Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. We got a brand new car on the channel, the Arrma Notorious 6S BLX. This is the V5 version, which got released I think about 3 or 4 months ago, so a little late to the party, but I've been kind of on this stunt truck kick the last few months, testing out the Techno MT410, the Team Corelli Dementor, even messing around with the Kaiju. So thought I'd pick up the granddaddy of them all, really the OG stunt truck, the Arrma Notorious, which is basically the twin brother of the Outcast. If you're not familiar, they're pretty much the same vehicle, just a different body. I do like the Outcast styling a little better, but Arrma's hasn't released a V5 Outcast, so I got tired of waiting and figured I'd pick one of these up, and super excited about taking a look at this. So they did make some changes for the V5 version. This is new for 2021, or actually end of 2020. And pretty much what they did was take the EXP, which I have a Korean EXP, and they took a lot of the modifications and upgrades from the EXP and threw them onto the V5 here. So new electronics, they got a new servo, a new ESC, a new motor, although I think they're pretty closely related to the old systems. Just got the new Spectrum firmware branding and the new Spectrum Smart system. The new receiver box is a little bit bigger than before. The new radio, of course, the SLT3, great radio, big fan of that. And then also the SLT and DSMR compatible SR315. That is fantastic because you can combine this with either the SLT3 or if you have a DSMR radio like I do, I have a DX5C. I'm just going to run that and bind that directly. Did update the shock tower, so a little more narrow. I think the shocks in the rear are also slightly longer than before. So I've actually compared the V5 and the EXP shocks, and the EXPs are a few millimeters longer, so they did redesign them a little bit, did change the rod ends on that. The new arms from the EXP, so they're a little bit beefier, a little more material. They got kind of the safety thing where it's got basically an E-clip on the motor so your pinion doesn't just fly off if it loosens by itself. A little bit changes to the gears, basically on the center drive shafts. They got the real steel body. I picked up the black one, so it's got kind of a matte black finish, but you can basically, as it wears down, it kind of reveals the silver paint underneath. So yeah, pretty cool looking little truck. So I'm going to cut the seals and take everything in the box, and we'll take a look. Okay, there you have it. This thing is a beauty, really stunning vehicle in person. The matte black looks awesome, all the stickers and stuff, it looks fantastic. It's got the backflip wheels, which I do like a little bit better than the copperheads that come on the crane. So yeah, awesome little truck. We'll go through the materials real quick. Comes with like a little speed chart or a little rating on what types of batteries and stuff to get. Comes with some new shims. I don't think these are the EXP diffs, so I think they're the V4 diffs still, but they do provide some shims so you can shim your diffs a little bit better if they're a little too loose. Really nice tools, including like an all metal 17 millimeter hex wrench, or T-style wrench, awesome. Bunch of Allen keys, a little mini cross wrench as well. Some other little body clips and pistons and stuff if you want to tune your vehicle a little bit more. I guess if you're running different bodies maybe as well. And then the manual stickers in a high-speed pinion gear. So yeah, the manuals on these things are pretty awesome. I think they're a universal manual for all the 6S vehicles, but yeah, awesome to get that included in the box. And then the SLT3 radio, I'm a huge fan of this radio. I think it's the best RTR radio that comes out of the box. Nice foam wheel, trigger feels really good, 2.4 gigahertz, no external antenna. I think it's got a third channel as well. 4 AA's not included, so you will have to supply that. But the big thing, it has all the steering and throttle trims, steering dual rate, as well as endpoint adjustment, although you will have to look that up online, or I do have a video on how to set the endpoints, which is definitely something you want to do with any brand new RC car. Even an RTR, you do want to set your endpoints if that is provided on your radio. So here's the vehicle. Like I mentioned, awesome looking body. We'll pull off the body clips real quick. 4 body clips, all tethered. These tethers tend to break, but it's nice to have something included. Little roll bar there on top. Stickers on the bottom, including the little "Just Don't Bash Blast" decal. Hard to see on black, but there's the truck itself. So all new electronics. I haven't ran these before, but the Arrma system, 150 amp ESC. It's got the included like 4 capacitor pack on the battery wires, IC5 connectors, of course. So this is a smart system. I'm probably just going to run 1.6S or 1.4S. I don't need all these extra connectors, so probably have to pop those off. We'll see. But yeah, nice to see they actually include that now with also a loop back. So if you only want to run one battery, you can. The gigantic was, I think it's a 40x74 can motor, Spectrum branded. Really nice wiring. Everything looks super clean. Beefy drivetrain. Yeah, the battery has a lot of accommodation for different sizes. All aluminum shocks, including aluminum shock caps. The damping and spring rates on these things I find to be really, really good as opposed to some of the other brands out there. The suspension tuning, they tend to get really, really good on the Arrmas. That's something I find that is better than most RTRs. Arrma comes from Team Durango, which was a race brand. I'm sure some of the engineers there come from Team Durango, and they know how to set up a car. Suspension feels really nice. It does have the long upper chassis brace, tower to tower, so that's cool. Wing is a little on the small side, smaller than a Creighton wing. It's got the big wheelie bar in the back. So this is a stunt truck, really intended to do backflips, front flips, basically just send it up in the air and then hope you land it. Big shout out also to Thomas P, who I think came up with the concept of the Outcast and its twin brother, the Notorious. He basically took like I think it was like a Typhon chassis, which is like an 8-scale buggy chassis, and then mounted all the truggy arms and stuff to build a stunt truck. So you got the big tires to do a lot of rotations in the air. You got the short chassis so you can whip it and spin it a lot quicker. And then, yeah, he put the wing on there on the back, so still kind of had that Typhon look, but with the giant wheels, giant body. And I think he's the guy who actually invented the stunt truck class. So it's just kind of grown and grown, and now even other brands like Team Corrales are coming out with their own versions of the stunt truck. The Techno MT410, like I mentioned, it's basically a stunt truck. It's the same thing. It's got the buggy chassis with the truggy style arms and wheels. So it's pretty cool to see. Kind of a minimalist bumper here in the front with the little Notorious license plate there on the front. So yeah, if you land this thing, it doesn't have a giant bumper there to protect you. You basically want to make sure you land the wheels you know, right side down, because there's nothing in there that's going to take the impact. So yeah, that's pretty much unboxing of the Notorious. Not a whole lot more to say. I'm going to definitely be driving this, testing this, comparing it with other vehicles that I already own and seeing how it drives in relation to those guys. And yeah, so super excited about this. I do love my stunt trucks, so it's finally nice to actually pick up the OG stunt truck, the Notorious. And so yeah, look for more videos on this soon. Definitely hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Take care. Thanks for watching.